Ashey, say that again.
Austin, like Texas.
Austin, okay, good, got it. Hi, I'm here with Ashey Austin. We're down here at the Spirit of Our Ancestors Festival, and we have just seen this play, An Ocean in My Bones. It was so powerful. And family, listen, I cried all the way through it. I did. And, but one of the most important pieces of this play was the voice of Clotilda. And I'm sitting here with Ashey Austin, the voice of Clotilda.
Hi.
Hello, say hello to my listening
Hello,
audience.
everybody.
And I wanted to interview you because first, I love your voice. I thought you did an amazing job as Clotilda. She was strong, but sexy, and we got the feeling that Clotilda is still with us.
Yes.
And she is, right?
That's what I wanted to portray, that she was still with us, because she is the forgotten part
Yeah.
of all that transpired.
And she's the reason for all of the things that are going on here
she is.
right now. So when you heard about this story, what did you think?
When Terrence Spivey first approached me about the play, I was originally supposed to be a part of the production staff. I'm the production assistant as well. And he was like, this is what I want to do. And I was like, oh my God. He said, but it's a twist. And I said, a twist? He said, the ship speaks. And I was like, the ship speaks? And he said, yes. But once we read the script and we heard what she had to say, I fell in love with her. And I wasn't the original choice. I just kind of, one of the actresses couldn't participate. So he said, read this for me. And I said, okay, and I did. And he was like, that's my Clotilda.
So playing Clotilda, what has resonated with you the most about her?
That Clotilda is misunderstood.
How so?
Everybody feels like Clotilda was a ship that was built to go over there and grab, and capture Africans and bring them back. But that wasn't what she was originally built for. She was built differently than slave ships, excuse me. She was built for speed. She was fast.
Yeah.
And she was built for cargo like beer and rum and beef and things like that. She was not built for human cargo. So when she went over and they said they wanted to take her, this is what I say. She thought, this is what I do all the time. I'm gonna go over, make my deliveries, and then I'm coming back. But there was a twist. Instead of her going over there, she went over empty. But when she came back with 110 lives in her belly.
Human cargo.
Human cargo.
Trafficked.
And in my Clotilda mind, I'm like, what is happening? Because this isn't what I was built for.
No.
But because I'm in love with William, and William is in love with me, like any woman, I'm gonna do what I have to do, and I brought him back.
When I heard the story of Clotilda and how she was built and how Billy Foster built her with this love, and he used, this southern pine, the brass rivets, and she was like if you know Gilligan's Island,
yes,
she was like a schooner.
Yes, she was
bigger.
A schooner.
A schooner, but she was bigger than the one in Gilligan's Island because she was like twice as long. But
she was 86 feet long.
Yes, well, she was like a souped-up hot rod.
Yes, she was a hot rod of ships.
Yeah, and Billy loved her.
He did.
And I don't think he really knew the ramifications of turning her into a slaver.
No, I don't think he did. But the reason why they took her, because the penalty after the Piracy Act, if you were caught bringing in slaves, the penalty was death.
Capital offense.
It was a capital offense. So they had to get a ship that was going to get over there, get them quick, bring them back, and then whatever they decided to do with her, they would just do it to her.
Do you think that Billy realized that he was going to have to destroy her?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he knew. I don't think he understood the ramifications. That's what I mean. I don't think he truly understood the ramifications of what he was getting into. I think he wanted to race her.
Yeah.
He wanted to race her against a man of war, against the Navy vessels that were out there in the water. He wanted to prove that he was the fastest thing on the water. And he proved it. He was.
He did.
But in the end, there was a cost to pay.
There was a cost
There was
to
a
pay.
penalty. And
Not
he
only
won.
for him, but for her.
And so many things resonate with me about this story. One is that when it came time to destroy her, he couldn't do it. He couldn't. He burned her,
Yes.
but it was only to just get rid of her.
Yes.
It wasn't to destroy her.
He thought that when he burned her, she would just sink and be out of view.
Right.
But because she was resilient, when the tide went out, you could
Right.
still see her mass.
Right.
And so the Mayer family asked him to blow her up,
And that
to
family,
hide.
and that family is still a very prominent family
It is.
in
They
the
are.
city today.
They are.
right?
They
Very
are.
powerful, very wealthy family.
Yes, they are.
So they're going to crack that hole sooner or later.
Yeah, they will.
They're going to build this dam, crack that hole,
Mhm.
and when they go in there are going to be some serious ramifications.
Yes.
One is there is no statute of limitations on capital offenses, right?
No, there isn't.
So would you like to see the mayor's family prosecuted?
I would like to see,
You don't have to answer that question.
I mean,
But I mean, would you?
I would like
What would
to
you like to
see them, for a long time, they've been silent.
They haven't said anything.
They haven't said anything until recently. And I would like for them to acknowledge what they did as a family, not the ones that are living now, but their ancestors, what he did. And I would like them to give reparations to the Clotilda descendants.
Absolutely.
I feel like reparations are owed to them
Yeah.
because you stole, I'm going to say me, because I've been adopted into the family, but you stole us. You brought us over and you used us for labor, and then after it was over, we didn't get our reparations and we couldn't go back home.
Because your people aren't from Africatown.
No,
right?
they're not.
You're from, and I always say mobile. I know it's not mobile. It's Mobile. Mobile. But you're from Mobile?
Yes.
And I say that the story of Africatown is the story of Africans in America.
It is.
It truly is our story. And it will go and it will give us, I think it gives us a sense of peace to know that what we've experienced in this country, at the hands of certain people
Yes.
for profit,
Yes.
what we've experienced, it has not all been in vain.
No.
That it will be a reckoning.
Yes. And the importance of this play to me is this. That missing his page out of the history book, it has now been written. And now we can put it in our history books. Because we knew about the Clotilda, we knew about Africatown, but it isn't something that's taught in our schools.
Did you believe it was a myth, urban legend?
No. I didn't believe it was such because my parents would teach us the history and tell us that what the significance of what was then called Plateau, because it went from Africatown to Plateau and back to Africatown.
Wait a minute, so Africatown and Plateau are two different places? Or
It's the same place.
Different names?
They changed the name to Plateau, but then they changed it back to Africatown. So if somebody says, I'm going to Plateau, they're coming to Africatown.
Okay. So, wrapping up this interview, because we have a limited time, what would you like to see come out of this whole event with the Clotilda, with these celebrations, with our connection back to Benin? What would you like, if you could wave your magic wand, what would you like the result to be?
I would like for the world to know that we do exist, that we do have a group of people that have a direct connection to their ancestors. A lot of us blacks that are walking around in this country, we don't have that. And I want them to know their stories. I would like for them to know their traditions. I would like for this to be taught around the world. And I know we need to wrap up, but I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I have a brother-in-law that is Nigerian. My sister, Courtney, is the stage manager. She married a gentleman from Nigeria, and he's of Yoruba, the Yoruba tribe. And when he came to the United States, he did not know anything about the atrocities of slavery. He knew that slaves were taken, but he did not know the extent of slavery. So I want this story to go around the world, even back to the motherland, so that they can know this is what we went through. And Africa is a part of us, and we're a part of it.
Ah, that's beautiful. Thank you. And good luck on all your endeavors.
Thank you.